Hello, good day. So welcome back to our discussion regarding the electrical installation and maintenance. So for this time, we will be talking about the lesson number 2, which is measuring tools and instruments. Okay, so our objectives for today, at the end of the lesson, you should be able to identify the object or component to be measured, and you need to choose the test instruments to be used for a specific task. Okay, so before we proceed to our lesson, let's have a short test. Okay, so the direction is you need to identify the following measuring tools and instruments. Okay, so number 1 is voltmeter. Alin kaya sa 5 pictures na ito ang nagre-represent sa voltmeter? Okay, ang voltmeter ay yan. Nakikita nyo naman meron siyang letter V sa gitna. Diba? Next one, we have the voltometer. I know some of you are already familiar with voltometer na kung saan nakikita nyo siya pero hindi nyo alam na yun pala ang tawag sa kanya. Okay? Ito ang example ng voltometer. Diba? Yung tester na ating ginagamit. Next one, the micrometer. The micrometer is this one. Para siyang clamp. Pero iba ang clamp ammeter. Ang clamp ammeter naman ay ito. And the last one, we have the wire gauge. Yan, pagsukat yan ng wire. Okay? So, congratulations. Ilan ang score nyo? Pakilagay nga sa ating comment section. Okay. So, let's now move on to our discussion. So, measurement, when we say measurement, it is the process or the result of determining the ratio of a physical quantity such as the length, the time, the temperature, and the likes. So, to a unit of measurement such as the meter, second, or degree Celsius. So, measurement, parte siya ng buhay natin na kung saan lagi natin siya naririnig sa balita, sa eskwelahan, diba? Sinasabi sa balita na ganito kainit ngayong araw, ganito siya kalamig, diba? Ito ang magiging percentage ng pag-ulan ngayong araw. So, mine-measure natin gaano karami ang tubig na ibinabagsak ng isang ulan, diba? So, we are measuring it. Ano pa? Kapag tayo ay pumupunta sa health center or sa hospital, diba? Sinusukat ang ating height, ang ating weight. Ano pa? Sa araw-araw, kapag tayo ay nagpapalipas ng oras, di ba? Gaano katagal pa ang antayin mo para gawin ang isang bagay na ito, di ba? May umaabot ng 1 oras, 2 oras, o kung ano mang oras. So, mini-measure natin halos lahat ng bagay sa ating paligid, di ba? So, it is a science of measurement that is called metrology, di ba? Metrology is the science of measurement. And the English word measurement originates from the Latin mensura and the verb metiri through the Middle French mesure. Okay? So, yan ang etymology ng measurement. The word measurement. Okay? So, ano ba yung mga ginagamit natin? Ayan, nakikita nyo, meron tayong ruler, meron tayong push-pull rule, o yung metro na tinatawag natin. Okay? So, electrical measuring tools and instruments are sensitive and delicate, so extra care is necessary in handling them. So, ang ginagamit natin sa electronics na pag-measure ay hindi yung simpleng tool lamang na ginagamit natin sa pang-drawing, pang-sukat ng height, width, and length. Diba? So, itong mga measuring tools and instruments na ginagamit natin sa electrical ay delikado at kailangan meron tayong extra care at lagi natin siyang iniingatan. Okay? So, these electrical measuring tools and instruments are used to measure the currents, the voltages, resistance, wattages, and other important elements in electrical works. Okay? So, mga kuryente ang ating sinusukat dito. Hindi lang basta simpleng sukat ang ating kinukuha. Okay, so this topic will tackle the function and use of each measuring tool and instrument used in doing an electrical task. Okay, So what are the different electrical measuring tools and instruments? So first one, we have the test light. So nakakita na ba kayo ng test light? So yan ang example ng test light. So it is a packet-sized tool used to test the line wire or circuit if there is current in it. So isinusuksok yan mostly sa sockets. Then kapag walang current na dumadaloy doon, so hindi siya umiilaw. While kapag meron naman, syempre, iilaw siya. Okay, so tinitingnan natin kung meron dumadaloy na kuryente doon sa specific na line, electrical line na yon or wala. So we need to use the test light. Next is the micrometer. Ito nakita natin yung clamp kanina. Parang clamp. Diba? So it used to measure the diameter of the wires or conductors in circular mills. So it can measure small and big sizes of wires and cables. Okay, so dito natin inilalagay yung size, yung wires and cables na kung saan titingnan natin gaano ba siya kakapal, gaano ba siya kanipis. And dito naman sa right side na to, yung sa sleeve with vernier graduations, so dyan natin binibilang at dyan natin binabasa kung gaano siya, kung ano ang kanyang size. Okay, so these are the parts of a micrometer. Okay, and next one, we have the wire gauge. So para din siya micrometer, but this one used to determine the size of wires or the conductors. So the gauge ranges from 0 to 60 AWG or the American wire gauge. So ito ang example ng isang wire, diba? Yung copper part niya. So sinusukat natin kung gaano siya kakapal or kanipis. So ipinapasok natin siya sa mga butas na ayan. So that is a wire gauge. Next one, yan, familiar tayong lahat dyan. Ang tinatawag nating ruler, or the other term is the foot rule. Okay? So a ruler or foot rule is a measuring tool used to measure the length, the width, the thickness of short flat objects, and in sketching straight lines. Okay? So madalas ginagamit natin ng ruler kapag tayo ay nagdo-drawing na ng electrical plan or ng diagrams, wiring diagrams. So yan ang purpose ng ruler sa electrical. The next one, yan, familiar tayo dyan, the push-pull rule. It is a measuring tool used to measure the length of an object in centimeter and inches. Diba? So yan, meron tayong pang lock dyan. And then ito yung hinihigit natin kung gaano ba kahaba ang ating susukatin. Next one, yan, we have the ammeter. So the ammeter is an instrument used to measure the amount of electrical current, intensity in a circuit. So the unit of measure is A, or what we call the ampere. It is connected along series to the circuit. So this is an example of an ammeter. Ang sinusukat natin dito ay ampere. Next one, the voltmeter. So it is an instrument used to measure electrical pressure or voltage of a circuit. So the unit of measure is volts or V. This is connected across or parallel to the circuit. Kung yung ammeter ay ampere, ang sinusukat natin, dito naman ay voltahe or voltage kung tawagin natin. Okay, so that is the voltmeter. So next one, we have the clamp ammeter. A clamp ammeter, or also called as long test or tongue tester. It is used to measure current flowing in a conductor. It is clamped or hung in a conductor. So yan ang example ng ammeter kapag kinagamit natin siya. Okay, so ipinapasok natin yung wire at pwede natin siyang isabit doon para makita natin yung kanyang ampere. So it is also an ammeter pero siya ay pa-clamp kaya ampere ang ating sinusukat dito. Next, yan, the VOM o yung tester na ginagamit natin o alam natin. So voltometer, otherwise called as the multi-tester. It is used to measure the voltage, resistance, and current of a circuit. So it is connected in parallel or series with the circuit depending on what to measure. Okay, so we can examine different types or we can use different types of electrical components para magamit natin ang VOM or voltometer. So, madalas ginagamit natin siya sa resistor na kung saan tinitingnan natin kung yung specific resistor na iyon ba ay gumagana pa or hindi. So, bombilya, pwede rin, diba? At kung saan-saan pang electrical components. Okay? Okay, so let's have a short quiz again. Okay, so you need to identify the electrical tools and instruments in performing the below task. Number 1, so magme-measure daw tayo ng length ng isang blackboard. Anong klaseng tool or instrument ang ating gagamitin? Very good. Pwede tayong gumamit ng push-pull rule. Pwede ba natin gamitin ng foot rule? Pwede naman, pero matagal, di ba? Mahirap, baka tayo magkalit-ulito lang. Kaya mas applicable dyan ay push-pull rule. Para mahabang ang push-pull rule kasi ay ginagamit para sa mahabang sukatin. Kagaya ng blackboard. Okay, so next one, the measuring the width of a bond paper. Kung sa number 1 ay napakalaking blackboard, kayo naman ay bond paper, pwede na tayong gumamit ng ruler or foot rule. Okay, kasi maliit lang naman ang ating susukatin. And measuring the diameter of a wire. Yes, we need to use the micrometer. How about measuring the intensity of the electric current? Yes, ammeter. And the last one, determining the size of the wire or conductor. That is, we need to use the wire gauge. Okay, so that's an example of a wire gauge. So I hope you learned something from our discussion for today. And before we end our lesson, so I will leave you these words to ponder. So the only time you should ever look back is to see how far you've come. Okay, so that's it for our lesson for today, and see you next meeting.